And so we welcome in Doug Bentz from the San Jose Sharks today. And it seems like we have a little interesting piece of news to announce. If you want to start with your announcement, and then we'll kind of go from there.
Well, first of all, good to see you, AJ. Thanks for having me on. It's nice to have this conversation with hockey happening.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so the announcement is that we have parted ways with Fanatics as our Sharks store operator. What that means in the short term is we will be self-operating our merchandise business with a real focus on our pro shops located in our ice facilities, and then sjteamshop.com, which I hope fans are familiar with, is going to really be the primary destination for merchandise in the short term as we look for the next step in our merchandise relationship. So that's going to be effective actually this week. The store will be closed after tomorrow. Wednesday will be the last day the store will be open during this transition period. So again, after this Wednesday, if you want to go into retail and shop, it'll be at our ice facilities at the S4A Pro Shop. But given all of the pandemic restrictions and really just our focus on making sure that our fans are healthy, sjteamshop.com is really the place where you're going to be able to find anything that you need for your Sharks or Barracuda merchandise. We'll also start to see just probably more promotion of items at sjteamshop.com and just more of us talking about that. Obviously being the primary destination for the short term, you'll probably hear a lot more from us about that. So that's the announcement, and love to talk more about it.
All right. It's funny you already answered like a couple of questions that I had, so that's perfect. So just a little backstory. The third party was running the store, I believe, since 2016. Is that correct?
Correct. Yeah. So they came in and ran the store starting in 2016. Prior to that, we actually managed it internally, which is how we manage the pro shops, the ice facilities, and the sjteamshop.com site. Our intention is to bring on another partner, but that's again still to be determined. Really based on our desire to really just service our fans and give them what they want and be really responsive to the needs and desires of our fans when it comes to merchandise, knowing that's just such a critical component now to the fan experience, that we really want to make sure that we're doing best by our fans.
So are there any specific companies? I don't know how much you can get into, but there's obviously a lot of companies out there, whether it's I don't know, 47 or obviously Adidas, hello, but there's also local companies. And so would you be working with anybody like that to kind of develop some of the new products?
Yeah. So unfortunately, I can't really talk about who's in the running or who we're talking to. But I think, as I mentioned, we really want to be responsive to our fans. So we want to find a partner who's going to work with us hand in hand to really understand those needs and desires of the fans, and react quickly to things that may be very topical in the moment that really fans rally around, and just some just general merchandise mix that really matches our fan base, whether that be selection of different items, whether that be sizing, whether that be maybe some non-traditional products that Sharks fans are really looking for. So that's really what the frame of our search is about, is how can we really service our fans the best as possible and create that experience that I think our fans have come to know for the Sharks in the area of merchandise.
So you mentioned the website earlier, sjteamshop.com. Now, over the past few months with COVID protocols and whatnot, the Sharks have been using sanjosesharksmobileshop.com. I'm assuming that that is going to go away and everything will be available on sjteamshop.com.
That's correct. So the Sharks mobile shop will be discontinued. The primary role of that was to have purchase and pick up in store, the Sharks store. So that'll be discontinued. So sjteamshop.com will have all of the products, all of the merchandise there. There was some orders, I think, outstanding that were made on sharksmobileshop.com. So make sure, for all those fans that were in that situation to reach out to make sure that they are still able to pick those up. They will be available. It may not be available at the Sharks store, but they will be available still for pickup. And we're aware of those folks, but want to make sure that that's not lost in the transition.
Cool. And so with the folding up of everything going into SJ Team Shop, is the same thing going to happen kind of like on the brick and mortar side? Because for quite some time, there's been a particular selection of items at the Shark store and at games, whereas the pro shop at S4A actually carried a lot of stuff that wasn't available and vice versa. Will we see a little more crossover? Or are they still going to kind of remain a little bit separate when it comes to what they offer?
Yeah, I think that's still, to be determined to some degree, depending on who we partner with. I think going back just to the idea of responding and really servicing fans the right way, I think we want to make sure everything is available to them in a convenient way. So whether that means some crossover or more crossover between the facilities, or again, making sure that everything we provide in the store is available online. I think those are really focus areas. I think that's maybe one of the things that I had heard over the past, especially couple years of, maybe we have some unique items at the Shark store, maybe we have some unique items at the pro shop, but I can't find those online. And again, I think the pandemic has really made us look at what our online presence is, and it can be such a critical piece for fans to have that option just to shop online versus having to come in, given the current situation. So we want to give people options and we want to give people access. And so I think you'll see a combination of all those things, again, depending on where we go with our partner. But all of this, again, as we kind of go through this transition, are things that we're going to evaluate and make sure that what we're doing is really giving fans the right access and opportunities to get the merch that we think that they love and really have an option to get. I think, especially over the last few years, our marketing group has really been more involved in the merchandise and bringing some of their ideas and some of the fun concepts to the forefront. And I think this gives us, again, another opportunity, whether it's through the website or through a new partner, to really, lean into that and stretch our creative muscles and get some things out there that are like new and unique. Maybe even things that fans have a hand in either determining what's out there or even potentially designs. I think this just opens up more opportunity for us to kind of explore some of these ideas that we've had. Fanatics was a good partner and a very good store operator. So I think this just allows us to kind of take it to the next level with a little bit more integration with marketing in particular.
Oh, I swear, it's eyes on your own paper, because you're answering a lot of questions that I had. One of which was, for those who are unaware, a little bit earlier this, or kind of the end of 2020, I believe the Sharks community had some fan-drawn designs on mystery pucks. And then we all remember last year the designs of Sharks Graffiti, Open Water, Shark Freak, Uprising. So it sounds like you're open to kind of like, bringing in kind of interesting, crazy designs just to see like, hey, this is something we hadn't thought of before. Let's look at this.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we want to sell what Sharks fans want. And there's a lot of talented people. There's a lot of creators out there that have great ideas. Now, is it going to be our entire store is made up of fan goods? Probably not. But I think there's going to be great opportunities, whether it comes organically of people or things that we just see, or maybe some more, promotional things where we actually are asking for some designs. I think we want to be open to that, and I think we want to have a great variety and some unique items that matches the unique personality of the team. So, very, very open-minded to that, and excited to really explore those possibilities.
Well, and with this being the 30th anniversary of the team, does this also kind of open up the door to seeing more use of, the very popular Chomp font or the old word mark, along with using, current new stuff?
Absolutely. I think, even from, bringing back the heritage jersey, which we heard loud and clear from fans that from 2016 to today, we constantly hear the love for that jersey. I mean, we want to make sure that we're incorporating that fan feedback and fans as much as possible into what we do. And so, we've seen nothing but great demand for some of these throwback logos, throwback designs. I think you'll probably even see a little bit more of that as the season progresses on some, interesting ways to use those in ways you haven't seen before. So I think all of these things are things we want to explore and really look at how we're doing things a little bit differently.
Yeah, there's definitely been some kind of push that it's like the 90s are back. Everybody take cover.
Yeah, and our creative services team, which is great work, and the ones who really designed a lot of the graphics around the 30th anniversary. That they're extremely creative, and I think you've probably only seen the tip of the iceberg there. So, as we get them more involved in really the merchandise, I think we'll see more and more new and exciting things.
So then, how are game promotions, or things that you would plan for a game with no fans, whether it be like warm-up pucks or like warm-up jerseys like we talked about with the Sharks Freak stuff, theme nights like Star Wars or whatnot, activations based on the 30th anniversary? Is there any kind of a plan right now where there's no fans allowed, 10% of fans allowed, full capacity, everybody's vaccinated?
Yeah, so I guess I won't necessarily speak to fans in the arena, because that's that's maybe something that's out of our control. But I think our strategy is really just take those same things and go digital. Mm-hmm. As an example, the specialty jerseys, which I think you referred to as the warm-up jerseys, we still are going to have a series of specialty jerseys. They will still be worn at warm-ups and select games, but then we'll go to an online auction format, and really the theming around those games will be activated all on our digital platform. So we don't want to pull back on any of that at all. I think we're working around the restrictions, and our digital platforms are really going to be the destination for all of that. But it's just such a great platform to either, like we've talked about here, show off new creative designs. It's a great platform to celebrate different heritages. It's a great platform to celebrate different themes. So we're still absolutely going to be doing all those things, but it's just going to be moved to digital in nature.
Well, then that leads me into this. What about the idea of offering, whether it's pucks or game use sticks or game use jerseys, basically because we're still COVID protocols and whatnot? Does that mean rather than having the annual equipment sale, you might surface those items on sjteamshop.com, or is that something that you would still kind of hold back and wait until you can have the big event, or a little bit of both?
Yeah, I think right now it's kind of hard to say where we go with that, given the current restrictions. Obviously, this year we didn't have a used equipment sale, so we did post some items just really as a test on sjteamshop.com to see what the response was. Mm-hmm. If I had to say right now, it probably is more of a hybrid. I think there's probably some of those items that either are kind of timely, and so it's not worth waiting until the end of the season. I think there's some products that probably just sell much better online than in the store. And then you probably hold back some items that may be more retail oriented. You need to try on, you need to see. But I think, another area where we'll probably evaluate based on the partner and based on where we're at. But I do think you'll see some of those items online. Whether what the breakdown is, I think we'll determine that as time goes.
Well, fantastic. I can't wait to see what we start seeing on SJ Team Shop. I will say, absolutely love the design of the integration with the San Jose Fire Department. That logo on the back was just chef's kiss. Fantastic shirt, great design. So I look forward to that. And is there anything else we can promote aside from SJ Team Shop? That's just where everything's going to be driven, right?
sjteamshop.com, that have that be your first destination. If you need to go in, the Solar for America Pro Shop at Solar for America Ice at San Jose is probably your next destination. But you'll probably see or hear an announcement about a new partner, I'd say in the relative near term. So definitely look out for that, because there'll probably be some more updates as to when we're opening up the Shark store at SAP Center. And any other additional announcements. So I expect that to come in a relative short term.
All right. And the Pro Shop or SJ Team Shop will, besides offering pre-done jerseys, they're also going to do customizations. Is that correct?
Yes.
Awesome. Fantastic. Thank you very much for joining us, and look forward to all the new designs that come down the pipe.
Likewise. Great to see you. Go Sharks.